In the early years of the 20th century, a tragedy unfolded in the arid landscapes of German Southwest Africa, today's Namibia, that would leave scars still felt over a century later. It was a systematic campaign of extermination against the Herero and Nama peoples, known today as one of the first genocides of the 20th century. Between 1904 and 1908, tens of thousands perished, victims of colonial violence and racial ideology. This is their story. The roots of this tragedy lie in the era of European imperialism. Germany, a relatively young nation-state in the late 19th century, sought to expand its empire in Africa. In 1884, it declared a protectorate over what is now Namibia. German settlers seized land, forced local populations into labor, and disrupted traditional social structures. Tensions escalated as indigenous communities resisted exploitation and displacement. The Herero people, led by Chief Samuel Herero, were particularly affected. They had long relied on cattle herding, but German confiscation of land and livestock threatened their survival. In January 1904, after repeated abuses and humiliation, the Herero rose in rebellion, attacking German farms and settlements across the region. Approximately 100 Germans were killed in the first wave of attacks. The German response was swift and brutal. Kaiser Wilhelm II's government dispatched General Lothar von Trotha, a veteran of colonial wars, to crush the uprising. Von Trotha, known for his ruthlessness, adopted a strategy of total extermination. He issued the infamous Vernichtungsbefehl, an extermination order, declaring that every Herero, whether armed or unarmed, would be driven from their land or killed. The decisive confrontation came at the Battle of Waterberg in August 1904. The Herero, heavily outnumbered and lacking modern weaponry, were forced to retreat into the harsh Namib Desert. Von Trotha's forces cut off access to water and supplies, leaving the Herero to die of thirst and starvation. Contemporary accounts describe desperate groups collapsing in the sand, women and children succumbing under the blazing sun. Those who survived the desert were captured and sent to concentration camps. Camps like Shark Island became centers of forced labor, starvation, disease, and abuse. Prisoners were subjected to medical experiments, inadequate shelter, and brutal treatment. Historians estimate that between 24,000 and 100,000 Herero and Nama people died during these years, a staggering loss that decimated entire communities.